Yeah, but you get to sleep in.
The sundial?
I'm staying up late because I wasn't ready to stay and go to bed, and I had to get up earlier.
I didn't even know it was dark in the morning.
Oh, right away.
That's one of the beauties of being retired.
It is. Only takes 45 years to
You
get
don't wanna
there.
hear about
20 more years away.
I probably got a puppy.
My girl gets in and does that by herself. Very nice.
Up there, huh?
Ours wants to see a little bit.
Yeah,
I let mine.
he already knows like
She has her own bed.
don't worry about it.
She'll be watching to see if he does. Before we bring her home. It's dark up and then let her She jump up into the bed and said, come on in, girl. She was very split. She was still in my bed. Works for me.
You know, I'll share a lot of things with a dog, but I don't know why.
Yes. Yeah. You don't want to get long term.
That's for me is sanity. Well, he's old. Travis Anderson, she's a policeman. You should get an eraser. Yeah, my fingernail won't do it.
You guys were tardy today,
For what?
this meeting.
Oh. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. We'll stand for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, please turn your microphones on and your cell phones off. Andrea, could we have a roll call, please?
Mayor Bain,
Here.
Councilor Baker,
Here.
Councilor Lindstrom,
Here.
Councilor Quinlan,
Here.
Councilor Scalisi,
Here.
Councilor Sherman. Here.
Okay, we've all had a chance to look at the minutes for the meeting of February 11th. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Okay, hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the minutes as submitted?
So moved.
Second?
Okay, a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, the minutes stand approved as submitted. Moving on to visitors and delegations, we don't have any delegation this time, so we'll move into public comment. Is there anyone that would like to publicly comment? Okay, number 5, moving into management. Final settlement with Buildings by Design on the fire department building. Joanne?
Yes, this evening before you, I am requesting that council approve the final settlement for the fire bays at the fire department. That project is 100% complete. We did put this in the paper for 2 weeks and asked anyone to come forward who would possibly have a lien against this contractor. At this time, nothing has came through. They did have until 5 p.m. this evening to come into the office, and no one has come in at this time. So the check or the bill is in the council bills to be approved tonight, the final retainage and everything for the $78,000. So I'm just asking for council's approval.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
I'd move that we approve the final settlement for Buildings by Design.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, discussion?
Only comment I'd like to make is being there for their ribbon cutting, so to speak, was really very nice. They have done a wonderful job. The building was great. We should be very proud as a community of the facility we now have.
Yes, I agree. Any further discussion? Andrew, roll call vote, please.
Mayor Bain,
Yes.
Councilor Baker,
Yes.
Councilor Lindstrom,
Yes.
Councilor Quinlan,
Yes.
Councilor Scalisi,
Yes,
Councilor Sherman.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to finance.
I make a motion that we approve expenditures from February 25th through March 11th of 2019 totaling $356,161.38.
Okay, we have a motion,
A second.
have a second, discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Mayor Bain,
Yes.
Counselor Baker,
Yes.
Counselor Lindstrom,
Yes.
Counselor Quinlan,
Yes.
Counselor Scalisi.
Yes.
And Counselor Sherman.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to staff reports, Joanne.
I have nothing this evening.
Okay, city clerk, Andrea.
Okay, the calendar is in your packet, but I do need to call in an RSVP for the Economic Development Annual Meeting, which is Thursday, March 21st. So far, Dan and Tyler are going. Anybody else? Monty?
Put me down too, please.
Rick?
Yeah.
What time is it at? It's 11:30. You will? Yeah, okay. All right, I'll call that in. Then also, there's an open house for Sam Mamet from CML on Thursday, March 21st, same day, from 4 to 7. Did anyone want me to RSVP you for that?
I
Okay.
can't make,
That's it. The rest are in your packet.
okay, thank you. City Administrator, Monty.
Okay, a few items. First one, in front of your, or I guess on your tables in front of you, there's a public notice and notice of public hearing form or announcement. And this is, we had a very last minute request from Ebenezer to help them with a community development block grant. It's for approximately $100,000 is the project that they're doing. And this is in one of their building that has an elevator in it. It is set up to have a second elevator installed, and so this would help them install that second elevator out there. And this request came in this morning, so that's why normally I give you more time. But essentially, Department of Local Affairs has a little extra money that's available, and they didn't have as many entities apply for their grants as normal. So this might be an easy one to get if we can put it all together. So it does require a public hearing. So we're trying to do this at the next meeting, and we'll have that hearing, and we just have to open it up for anyone that has any comments or concerns in regards to it. And then if there are no issues, then we can submit the grant application, which is all done electronically now, and Joanne is our point of contact on that new e-portal that they have, so that's how we submit those. So we still have to do that for them, but they have to give us all the information in an application so she can do that. So if no issues from council, I'm gonna just keep that on the next agenda. And
Okay.
then we do need to put it in the local paper.
What's the deadline for that?
The deadline on which part?
The final submission deadline.
The deadline, I think it's as soon as possible because the deadline has already passed.
Oh, I see,
But they
okay.
didn't get enough applications in, so there's potentially some funds available. And if that's the case, if they can, match it like 20% or something like that, you save $80,000, so.
Mhm.
And on our end, what I explained to staff is that some of these programs we don't hardly ever use. So if we can help someone out and we get the experience and learn how to do this process. So when there's a larger project that we're interested in, at least we know the steps involved.
Okay.
So that's one item. Next is just a quick update on the Brush Agribusiness Park. Everything's going very well out there. Construction's moving forward. In pretty short order, Tyler or Dell are going to be issuing a building permit, and then you'll really see a lot more work being done out there. So a lot of it right now is a lot of earthwork, dirt being moved, and getting ready for the utilities to go out. And then soon after that, you'll start seeing the walls go up. And if anyone wants a tour out there, just give Tyler and I a call, and we can take you out there and show you around. Dan already talked about the dedication of the fire hall. Energy impact funds. In visiting with Greg Edler, our DOLA rep, he did say that Quiet Zone project would be eligible for some funding. It's competitive, so you have to apply for it. So that's something that we're gonna start working on here pretty soon. Just to give you an idea, the rough cost is about $500,000 to do a quiet zone of that type. So the most that they'll give is about 50% of that. So we still need to come up with $250,000. And so that might be another thing that I need to visit with council about is how do we come up with the $250,000 to match that grant? And one other last note is just be aware that staff were getting a lot of calls, questions about different subdivisions that might want to be built around the community. So once we get a very serious one, I'll go through that subdivision process so you'll become aware of it then. Right now, most of it's just discussion with different entities, different potential developers. That's all I have.
Okay, moving on to mayor and council reports. Anyone have anything they'd like to report on? Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We are adjourned. Work session to follow immediately.